All right, let's get right into it. You see the bright lights, the big wins, the highlight reels. Success, right? It looks like this incredible destination, all wealth, all recognition, all freedom. But let me tell you something, what you don't always see, what isn't always talked about is the grind, the grit, the actual, you gotta pay to even get a ticket to that show. Behind every single person you admire, every individual who's achieved something truly meaningful, there's a whole list of things they had to consciously, deliberately give up. We're talking about shedding comfort like an old skin, tuning out the noise of 1,000 distractions, and sometimes, yeah, even walking away from relationships that were holding them back. Because here's the hard truth. Success doesn't just fall into your lap. It demands relentless sacrifice, unwavering discipline, and a crystal-clear sense of your purpose, In this discussion, we're going to break down the key things many people surrender on that tough road to success, and why those sacrifices aren't just necessary, they're the foundation of everything. First up, let's talk about comfort and security. That warm, cozy blanket of the familiar. It feels good, right? Predictable, safe. But let me ask you, does anything truly extraordinary ever grow in the comfort zone? I don't think so. To achieve something that genuinely stands out, you absolutely have to be willing to step outside of what's familiar, what's easy, what's safe. Many people have to make the gut-wrenching decision to give up stable jobs, the ones with the steady paycheck and the predictable hours. They might even have to distance themselves from environments, sometimes even people, that were supportive in one way, but ultimately limited their vision or their ambition. Chasing a bigger dream often means deliberately choosing uncertainty over certainty. It means embracing the unknown, the path less traveled, the one that doesn't come with a map or a guarantee. True security, the kind that lasts, comes from building something yourself, from relying on your own grit and determination. So you have to ask yourself, is my current comfort zone serving my ultimate goals, or is it a gilded cage? The path to success is paved with the bricks of discomfort you were willing to walk over. Giving up that immediate sense of security is often the very first and most crucial sacrifice on the journey to achieving something truly great. Alright, next on the list, short-term pleasures. We live in a world that screams for instant gratification. Get it now, feel good now, worry about it later. But let me tell you, success operates on a completely different timeline. It demands focus, it demands unwavering discipline, and a core component of that is the willingness to trade those fleeting short-term pleasures for significant long-term rewards. Think about it, that extra hour of sleep versus getting up early to work on your passion project. That night out with friends versus staying in to study or hone your craft. That impulse buy versus investing that money into your business or your education. These are the daily choices, the small battles, that ultimately determine the war. Those who become truly successful, the ones who build legacies, understand this trade-off intimately. They're not depriving themselves, they're in themselves. Discipline is about training your mind to see beyond the immediate, to visualize the bigger picture, the ultimate prize. It's about saying no to the good so you can say yes to the great. The satisfaction of achieving something you've worked tirelessly for, something you've sacrificed for, far outweighs any temporary high. Giving up those immediate hits of dopamine for the sustained satisfaction of progress is a hallmark of those who don't just dream of success, but actually go out and earn it. Now this one is huge. To truly succeed, you have to give up the idea that failure is something to be avoided. Every single successful person you can name has failed. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of the journey. It's the tuition you pay for experience. Embrace the stumbles, the setbacks, the L's as lessons. Alright, let's talk about something that can be incredibly tough, but absolutely vital: toxic relationships. The people you surround yourself with, your inner circle, they have a profound, almost unbelievable influence on your mindset, your energy, your momentum, and ultimately, your success. You become who you hang around. Success often demands making some very difficult, sometimes painful decisions about who gets to stay in your life and who, unfortunately, needs to be loved from a distance. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, by doubters, by people who drain your energy or subtly undermine your ambitions, how can you possibly expect to soar? Protecting your energy is paramount. This isn't about being arrogant or thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about self-preservation and recognizing that your journey requires a supportive, uplifting environment. Making the decision to distance yourself from certain people, especially those you have a long history with, can be heart-wrenching. But you have to ask yourself, does this relationship fuel my growth or does it hinder it? It's about creating an environment, a personal ecosystem that nurtures your aspirations. Your circle should be a source of strength, not a source of stress. Next up, something that trips up a lot of people on their way to the top, your ego. That part of you that wants to be right all the time, that thinks it knows everything, that bristles at criticism. To truly grow, to learn, to evolve into the person capable of achieving big things, you have to be willing to check that ego at the door. Growth requires humility. It demands that you let go of pride, the kind of pride that prevents you from asking questions for fear of looking stupid or from seeking help because you think you should have all the answers. The truth is, the smartest people in the room are often the ones asking the most questions. When your ego is in the driver's seat, you become defensive. You resist feedback, even when it's constructive, and could genuinely help you improve. Success, however, thrives on openness, on adaptability, on the willingness to be a perpetual student. Letting go of your ego doesn't mean becoming a doormat or losing your confidence. True confidence isn't about an inflated sense of self, it's about knowing your strengths, while also acknowledging your weaknesses and being committed to working on them. Giving up that need to always be right, to always appear perfect, is liberating. Alright, let's get real about this next one. Excuses and blame. If you want to be successful, truly successful, you have to give these up. Period. Successful people don't waste time blaming the economy, their upbringing, or bad luck. They focus on what they can control. Excuses are roadblocks you build on your own path to success. Blame is just as corrosive. When you blame others, you give away your agency. Take ownership and reclaim your power. This is where real progress begins. Let's talk about one of your most precious, non-renewable resources, your time. Success at its core requires a serious, honest-to-goodness audit of how you spend your days, your hours, your minutes. Those who achieve great things are almost always ruthlessly intentional with their time. They understand that wasted time is a wasted opportunity, a step not taken towards their goals. Giving up time-wasting habits is non-negotiable if you're serious about the climb. Think about all the little ways time can slip through our fingers. Endless scrolling on social media, binge-watching shows without a second thought, engaging in unproductive gossip, or simply procrastinating on important tasks. Each of these might seem harmless in isolation, but compounded over weeks, months, and years, they represent a massive drain on your potential. Time is the currency of achievement. Successful people treat their time like the valuable asset it is. They plan their days, they prioritize their tasks, they learn to say no to things that don't align with their objectives. This isn't about being a robot or eliminating all leisure, not at all. It's about being conscious and deliberate. Every minute you reclaim is another minute you can invest in building the future you desire. Giving up the need to please everyone can be a real challenge. It's natural to want to be liked and avoid conflict, but strong boundaries are essential for success. People-pleasing often stems from fear of rejection. Constantly meeting others' needs pushes your goals aside. Setting boundaries is about self-respect and clarity. Protect your time, energy, and focus. Your journey is yours alone. Giving up people-pleasing is liberating. Let's talk about the foundation of lasting success, your mindset. Give up a fixed mindset to unlock your full potential. A fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities are static. This thinking is limiting. Embrace a growth mindset to succeed. Believe you can change, improve, and adapt. Challenges are opportunities to grow. Failures are launching pads for new learning. This shift in perspective is game-changing. A growth mindset fuels a love of learning and resilience. Believe you can develop your abilities, open up a universe of possibility. So there you have it, 9 things, 9 hard truths that you often have to give up to truly achieve the success you're aiming for. It's clear, isn't it? Success isn't just about luck, and it's not just about raw talent alone. It's fundamentally about what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to let go of, to become the person your goals demand you to be. Every single sacrifice, whether it's stepping away from the comfort of the familiar, delaying those short-term gratifications, or cutting ties with relationships that hold you back, creates vital space. Space for unwavering growth, for ironclad discipline, and for that crystal clear clarity of purpose that fuels the entire journey. It's in the letting go that you create the room to build something truly meaningful, something that lasts. So, I'll leave you with this question. What are you willing to sacrifice today to become who you truly want to be tomorrow? If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe for more hard truths and tips to help you crush your goals. See you in the next video.